If you live in a tropical or humid climate like Queensland, your house is already fighting a war against the weather. Raised floors and big wraparound verandas are built for one reason: to keep the air moving and the heat out. But when you try to decorate the inside, you run into a frustrating problem. You want a cozy, comfortable living space, but bringing heavy textiles into a hot, muggy room often feels like creating a sauna. Choose the wrong rug, and you'll quickly notice the consequences. Synthetic fibers trap the heat, humidity causes moisture to stick to the floors, and your decor starts breaking down much faster than it should. Faced with the threat of trapped moisture and constant maintenance, many homeowners strip rooms back to bare tiles or timber, sacrificing comfort to keep things clean. Forcing a choice between interior comfort and climate practicality creates a false compromise that leaves many homes feeling unfinished. If you walk into a rug showroom or shop online, you'll likely hear a specific pitch. Wool rugs act as built-in climate control for your home. As a material, wool has an incredible pedigree. Generations have relied on it as a tough foundational textile, producing and storing it by the ton because it outlasted almost everything else. Retailers heavily market its natural properties. They highlight that wool is highly breathable, pulling excess moisture from the air during muggy summers, and insulating your floors when the temperature drops. But if you're staring at a heavy pile of animal fiber, it's fair to wonder, is putting a thick wool rug in a humid living room a brilliant scientific hack, or is it going to turn into an expensive, damp sponge? To figure out if it will actually survive your home's climate without getting moldy or degrading, we have to look past the sales brochure and look at how the fibers physically behave. The entire argument for wool comes down to one specific biological trait. It is naturally hygroscopic. When humidity spikes, a single wool fiber pulls in excess water vapor from the air without ever feeling damp. When the air dries out, the fiber acts in reverse, pushing trapped moisture back into the room. But there is a major catch to this cycle. Once the rug releases that trapped moisture, the water vapor needs somewhere to go. For this natural system to work, the room itself must have active airflow. That means keeping your windows open or running a dehumidifier to physically clear the damp air. If you lock a wool rug in a humid, sealed room, the cycle breaks. The fiber fills up, the moisture stays trapped in the rug's core, and you eventually end up with undeniable dampness and odor. Wool does not magically make water vanish. It acts as a temporary storage system, and it relies entirely on your home's airflow to empty the tank. Airflow is only half the equation. You also have to deal with the daily reality of active households, kids running through the hall and pets tracking dirt inside. Fortunately, wool is highly resilient. Its natural coating gives it a baseline stain resistance that easily outperforms synthetic alternatives, allowing it to handle heavy foot traffic. But when liquid spills happen, you have to follow a strict protocol. You must blot the spill immediately with a clean, dry cloth. If you panic and scrub the stain, you push the moisture and the spill deep into the weave, making it incredibly difficult to extract. During particularly sticky, humid summer days, any trapped dirt mixed with moisture creates the perfect breeding ground for mold spores to take hold. This makes baseline maintenance non-negotiable. You must vacuum the rug a minimum of twice a week to physically remove the dirt before it can settle into the dense fibers. A wool rug will easily survive for years, but that durability is a direct result of your proactive, continuous upkeep. Picking wool over synthetic is only the first step. The physical way the rug is constructed, its weave, will ultimately dictate whether it survives your climate. For tropical and coastal homes, the optimal choices are flatweave and loop pile constructions. The low profile of a flatweave lets air glide smoothly across the surface, making them easy to vacuum and stopping them from trapping ambient heat. Conversely, high-pile shag rugs act like a net. Dirt, heat, and moisture accumulate deep inside those long fibers. In high-humidity regions, a low-profile weave is a requirement for your home's air quality. So, does a wool rug actually make sense for your home? Let's look at the scorecard. You are the ideal candidate if you already vacuum frequently, you actively keep your windows open to maintain airflow, and you prefer buying things once as a long-term investment. If that describes your household habits, a flat weave wool rug will deliver an exceptional return on investment, providing serious comfort and durability year after year. However, you should avoid wool entirely if you live in a constantly damp environment with closed windows, or if you simply want decor that requires zero maintenance. Wool becomes a liability rather than an asset if your daily routine does not support the material's specific physical needs. Placing a wool rug in a tropical home installs a layer of active climate control equipment into your daily environment. You are accepting a clear trade-off. In exchange for a higher upfront cost and a strict cleaning schedule, you get a material that actively manages indoor humidity while keeping your floors cool in the summer and cozy in the winter. If that level of upkeep isn't for you, high-quality synthetic indoor-outdoor rugs are designed exactly for that low-effort lifestyle. But if you are willing to put in the work and respect the science behind the fiber, natural materials remain the absolute best solution for regional Australian homes.